We are live. Thank you, everybody who is about to tune in for BRL F2 Championship Series here that we have in. It is round 12 of the Belgian Grand Prix. I'm your host, BRL Exia 1984, and in the booth with me is the fastest Canadian that we know, Mr. Wrathful himself. Mr. Wrathful, how are you today?
I'm doing all right. It's another great Friday, and that means we've got a great weekend of races ahead of us, and we're starting with F2. So let's get down to it, eh?
Yeah, and it's wonderful that you say that. We have 14 drivers here today with us. We have FerrariNut. He's up in the championship fight. We got Deer Hunter here. Taylor Clan, BRL Sparky. He's looking really fast. I was watching them during their practice session. Sparky was looking very quick as well. Webster, we have Chandler Seta, who's always been a fast driver. Mean Fern, GK Phantom, Hoopalicious, Ham Newton, who's always showing extremely good pace. Whiffy Winner is in here, which is interesting. I don't remember seeing him here last week, but we'll definitely see how he does now as the drivers are getting going on this one-shot qualifying here that we have for the F2 race. I'm riding along with Hoopalicious. Webster's now up to the front. GK Phantom's up to the front. As we jump through here, Ham is now up to the front. GK Phantom still sitting third. FerrariNut sitting back in fifth. Caspita's 13th. Whiffy Winner's 14th. But he looks like he backed out of it. Skeppy and Sparky battling out for that 10th and 11th spot. But Sparky's jumping up to 9 now. Phantom still holding it out behind the two fast drivers of Ham, Newton, and Chandler Seta. Chandler's up to the top. FerrariNut now moving up probably a lot easier, a lot better on the brakes. He's slotting up to third. Chandler's coming down this weird downhill right-hand turn. Taylor Clan retired from the session. What a shame. Been interesting to see how he was be able to turn things out. Caspita retires from the session. So we come around the track here. FerrariNut slots him up to third. BRL Sparky, he's up to fourth. Chandler and Ham Newton and FerrariNut, they're both battling it out as they go around here. Mean Frank still sitting about seventh. GK Phantom's dropped to ninth. Nope, now he's moving up to eighth with Skeppy. We got a little bit of movement around in the back group, but the main top 6 drivers, now 7 drivers, have all decided to stay the same. As we go through here, I mean, what is your thoughts, Wrathful, on the whole Belgian Grand Prix as we watch FerrariNut go around the track?
Well, again, it's quite an interesting track because it's one for endurance on just the fact that it's a long track, especially for F2. These cars are not as quick as the F1 cars. These laps are quite long, and it's quite taxing on a driver, to tell you the honest truth. And honestly, with the two different sectors of mostly having your straight line speeds and then having your little corners here and there, it's going to be quite interesting how these guys go with setups as they come over the line to qualifying.
And that's very true. As we have Chandler Seta, he's putting the car on pole in front of FerrariNut 94 as we wait for the screen to appear for the
And
time.
they seem to have a pretty good little rivalry going on for the last 2-3 weeks now.
0.026.
Yeah, that shows you.
0.026 separation. And that's just did you shift fast enough? Did you brake late enough? Ham Newton sitting third. BRL Sparky, he's sitting fourth right there, and with a respective time. He's 6/10 back from the pole position leader, but anything can happen. Like you said, with the way the Belgian Grand Prix is, we got Deer Hunter sitting fifth, Webster sixth, Mean Fern seventh, Hoopalicious eighth, BRL Skeppy, he's sitting ninth back there, but hopefully maybe there's rain. We got GK Phantom, he's sitting 10th. Canada King bringing it in on 11th. Taylor Clan, he disqualified. What a shame. We also have Whiffy Winner and Caspita sitting there, rounding out towards the end of the group here, as we'll probably wait for the drivers to, if they need to run to the washroom or anything else like that prior to the race. We like to do that for all the drivers just to make sure that everybody's, good, ready to go, and is capable of battling it out. If I'm correct, again, I apologize to the viewers. I believe it is the main race, and then it's a sprint race at the end.
It is the feature, then the sprint. Here. Yes.
It is the feature, and then the sprint. Welcome to the 2 viewers we have. Please comment. you know, and if you like what you're seeing, please click the follow button. It's you know, BRL here in the booth with Wrathful, Tier 3 driver, Tier 2 driver as we get going here. As we have some of the drivers, they're clicking in, ready to go. It'd be definitely interesting, Wrath. I mean, what's your thought? I mean, a lot of these drivers, they don't have the tire compounds. A lot of the different tire compounds, you know, like the hards, like the F1 cars do. And, you know, they're going to have to try to get a lot of these guys started on the softs, you know. Um, what do you think a lot of these guys are probably going to have to do right before they go into those medium compound tires?
Well, to be honest, you know, Belgium doesn't exactly have a whole lot of a high deg issue, so I'm sure these guys can kind of have a variety of strategies on when they decide to pit and maintain those tires. And again, you really don't know on with the dirty air going up that hill if any of these guys are going to be able to hold it all the way through. We could have an early safety car, or maybe a safety car later when the deg starts piling up, and then that might give these guys that fresh air to really swap out a set of tires. So again, that might really throw the strategy into a mix.
And that's very true. As we see the top 4 runners, they just pretty much just blitzkrieged here on the formation lap, just pulling it away, just trying to get their tires as much as warm. As Deer Hunter here leading the second group pack out of this formation lap, just making sure that his tires are very well stable and set as we move down the grid here. Very nice to see Canada King seeing 11th. Maybe he's showed a lot of improvement in the F1 group of Tier 3. Definitely keep an eye on him to see how he improves here for F2 as they go through. Whiffy Winner, he's definitely an interesting one that we haven't seen him in this race for a while. He's an F2, a Tier 2 driver for the Toro Rosso group. Definitely see how his pace is as he's starting 13th here. Taylor Clan disqualified. He's sitting 14th. What a shame with him. He's a constant F2 driver.
Constantly got really good pace and puts himself up there, but unfortunately things like this keep kind of getting in his way, which holds him back from really getting up there. But who knows, maybe if he puts himself into 8th from 14th, maybe the second race he can make something happen. So
that is right. For those that do not know, when they go into the sprint, the top 8 flip. So if Taylor Clan can make the move and get up to 8th here in this race, and then he finishes 8th, that's definitely going to help him out, and it's going to, you know, allow him to be able to push and pull from drivers like Chandler and FerrariNut, you know, other drivers.
If they do
like
really well in
Webster.
this one, they might be starting out 8th in the next one, where he's starting up 1st in the sprint. So again, that traffic might be a difference, and especially with that dirty air, yes, you can get a pretty good draft from other drivers to help your pace, but the dirty air can be also dangerous as well. So
agreed. As we approach here, the drivers are getting up onto the grid. We have Chandler. He's getting his car all set up and ready to go. Let's see what happens here. Just waiting for the last few of the drivers to load in. We're going to ride along FerrariNut as we wait, see how the grid comes down the track. And here we have the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on and they're away as the cars get rolling out. Nice and smooth. I do not see any tire smoke out of the drivers as they dive into turn 1. Ham Newton trying to make the move on FerrariNut as Chandler gets an amazing run.
Big damage at the back.
There's a little bit damage in the back of the pack.
That's going to be Hoopalicious and Meanfern right off. Looks like Canada King might have been
side by
caught up in it,
side.
but he's going to catch up with the pack. These guys head up the hill. Very uniform.
An amazing run on Chandler. He's going on the outside down the back straight as we now have a 2 to 3 car tow down the back straight as they go down into turn 3, 4-ish as they go through. FerrariNut gets in front of Chandler, says thank you very much and goodbye.
Sparky's just trying to hold on to the back of Ham Newton and stay with the back of these guys, but these guys are all trying to fight their way through, and it looks like they're all got kind of a sloppy line going on, but it's clearly not their racing line as they're all fighting for a position right now. Taylor's already made his way up to 9th, as Skeppy's gone off just a bit and made himself up into 8th.
Now we have teammates on teammates You know, they're both going side by side as GK Phantom Caspita. You know, they're sitting 7th and 8th. Taylor Clan 9th. Skeppy is 10th. Oh, Canada King has left the session. What
I
a
shall
shame.
send him an invite.
Yes, can we try to get him back in? Thank you very much. As we go through here, right along Skeppy is sitting right behind Taylor Clan, trying to make something happen. So we have a very massive freight train. Here goes Taylor Clan up the inside of Caspita. He's going to make it stick. Caspita says, you know what? I know it's a long race. 13 laps. I'm going to check up right behind you. Now, Phantom was talking about how he's going to try to impress in this race to make something. Taylor Clan up on the inside. Does he make it stick? No, he doesn't. Phantom runs his car a little wide for it. It's a new fast lap. Here comes Caspita. He gets a run on Taylor. Phantom moves over. A little bit of a block to help out his teammate. Both drivers side by side down into the turn. One they go.
And all this battling
has to
is
make
just going to
something
bring
happen.
Skeppy closer to the mixes. He's only a second out, still trying to get himself back into the fight here. There's still a 1 second gap between the top 5. It looks like Chandler's got a bit of a run on FerrariNut. As they both dive down into the corner, FerrariNut's going to have the inside line.
Chandler's not going to make it able to stick. We're going to drop down to GK Phantom. He is side by side with his teammate. They have to figure out. Deer Hunter has left the session. You try to get Deer Hunter there, Mr. Wrathful.
Will do.
As we go through here. Both GK Phantom and Caspita, they're trying to do everything that they can to pull away from Taylor Clan. Taylor Clan still wants to move up the best that they can. Chandler said it's still 3 to 4 tenths back from FerrariNut as they battle it out here. As they go through. Can Chandler make something happen? We're going to jump back down to Taylor Clan as he's trying to make it stick with GK Phantom. He's over. Caspita loses it. Caspita crashes, loses his wing. Oh, that safety net that GK Phantom had with his teammate ahead of him is really lost it. Oh, what a shame. GK Phantom is really going to have to push. Caspita has left the session. What a shame to him. Looks like we have a virtual safety car around the track here. Doesn't look like any of the drivers are going to be diving into the pits. But that's definitely not going to help FerrariNut here, because he's going to have to try to get back on the throttle as fast as he can, because he knows Chandler Setta is sitting right on the back of him. See where we are at with the battles. Taylor Clan's close to Skeppy is still a second back from them, as we see the front runners coming up. Illusion Rattler.
DRS is enabled.
Yes, they are. Let's see what we
Guess
have.
they're back
Jumping
at
over
it.
Taylor Clan. He's all over the gearbox of GK Phantom. Can GK Phantom defend? Here they go. 6th gear, 194, 195 miles per hour, 196. Taylor Clan makes it stick. Taylor Clan running a little bit too much curve in that defense. Oh, Taylor Clan loses it. Into the grass he goes.
And that's going to let Whiffy and Skeppy right through.
All that work.
Whiffy's right on the back of Skeppy, and all that work is a little bit thrown out. Again, he can still try and make himself up into 8th. He's not too far out of that position right now. Still has a bit of a ways to go, but not lost yet.
So here we have it. Looks like Whiffy winner. He's 7 tenths back from Skeppy. He's sitting in that 9th spot. Skeppy's sitting in that 8th. We are 3 laps into 13. Deer Hunter has joined. Welcome back, Deer Hunter. You're still sitting 5th. There's a chance of you moving up. Sparky is 7 tenths back from Ham Newton. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that with Sparky. He was clearly looking fast. I know Ham Newton was trying to find a set. Oh! Skeppy, he loses it.
Skeppy's gone. Oh no.
No,
he makes his way through. He recovered fairly well. wing damage, of course, but
See what we have here. He's probably going to have to, well, if I'm correct, he has to dive in after a certain period of time, or else he's going to get a penalty. So we'll have to keep an eye on that with Skeppy. So he's going to stay out with that bad wing damage, which is a shame for him.
oh, he's put it right to the wall.
Ooh, probably got a little bit too much throttle. Car lost it. What a shame for Skeppy. He was looking very racy. We have Chandler Seta. He is now 4/10 back from FerrariNut. I do not see a virtual safety car.
It looks like
that
Taylor Clan's made his way through Whiffy Winner, though, as he's trying to recover his race through.
Jump up to him. Whiffy Winner trying to do everything he can. 2/10 back. Oh, Taylor Clan's got to stay off that grass and dirt. It's just throwing him off the track.
Bad. He's going to close Whiffy in a little bit more.
Here goes Whiffy. Can Whiffy make something stick? If he can get Taylor Clan to make a mistake, he can capitalize big on this. We're still watching that delta of Sparky to Ham Newton. He's still about 5 to 7 tenths, not really changing anything here. Welcome to the viewers to the race. Please make a shout out to the chat. Who do you think could win this race? Oh, GK Phantom lost it.
And
GK
he's
Phantom
out.
DNF'd.
He's lost on the same corner that Casper had lost it.
Wow, a lot of these drivers, they're just getting the short end of the stick. Mean Fern, he slotted up to 10th. We're still waiting on Canada King to come back. Canada King's Ghost is running the show right now. What a shame to GK Phantom here. Oh, here we have the drivers diving in the pit. Chandler said he gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is definitely going to bite him a little bit here in this race. Especially with the other drivers. As we go through, BRL Sparky, he's into the pits.
And Taylor Clan also gets a 5-second. That's rough. That's not going to help either one of those drivers to the end, as all the other drivers haven't gotten that penalty, and these guys won't be able to serve it as they've already made their stop.
Agreed. All the drivers are in the pits. Now that the drivers are gone to mediums, with the viewers here in the race, please. It looks like Taylor Clan is serving a penalty.
I guess he does serve it. Interesting.
Well, no,
Chandler's still right behind FerrariNut, unless he had another penalty he was trying to serve already.
No, I believe what happened was this Taylor Clan had to wait for Whiffy Winner to get past before he could leave the pits. As we are still on a full course yellow here. In this race of the round 12 of the Belgian Grand Prix for the BRL F2 Championship Series. And let's see what we have. Chandler said it's still 4/10 back from Ham Newton. Ham Newton is 4/10 back from Chandler. BRL Sparky's 5/10 back. So we have a freight train for 1, 2, 3, and 4 as they come down the hill. Oh, we have a safety car.
Yeah, full safety car.
And I apologize to the viewers. I saw the virtual safety car earlier, but my initial thing was, oh, we have a safety car. I apologize to you guys for that as we go through. Let's see what we have here. FerrariNut has looked very fast. What is your thought process, Rathful, as we go around this long track of the Belgian Grand Prix? What's your thought process
the
on
top
Chandler?
5 have been really close. I just don't know on this restart. Maybe is somebody going to be able to make a move? Maybe Sparky or Ham Newton or Deer Hunter, as all 3 of them have been really fighting each other for those top spots. Again, it's kind of anybody's race. Taylor's gotten himself into that 8th position that we were talking about earlier. So in theory, if he holds or at least improves, he's doing good points. it's really anybody's race with a reset because you never know what'll happen, especially with cold tires. If some of these guys spin or someone loses it on the uphill, it still changes out everything again. So
completely agree with you. It looks like we have the safety car. It is out again. Taylor Clay, he's gonna dive into the pits. And Cannon King, he's still ghosted, and his ghost has brought him up to 8th place now. But I mean, right now as we have it, and we're gonna read it off for the viewers here. We got FerrariNut, he's sitting first. Chandler said second. Ham Newton third. BRL Sparky fourth. Deer Hunter fifth. Webster sixth. Whiffy Winner seventh. Canada King, if we can get him back in, he's 8th. We have Mean Fern 9th. Hoopalicious 10th. Taylor Clean 11th. Horror Drivers, the GK Phantom, Sparky, and Casper all has felt the wrath of the Belgian Grand Prix. What a shame to those drivers. They were looking very racy and very fast. Yes, GK Phantom. Yes, the cars are very tricky. The F2 cars, smaller tires, less downforce. Please give us a shout out in the stream who your thought processes of who will win this Grand Prix is. Honestly, I think it's going to be... I'm going to go for the underdog, Sparky. He's just sitting there in 4th. All he's waiting to do is, FerrariNut. Chandler said has already got a 5-second time penalty. All he's got to do is wait for FerrariNut and Ham Newton all to make a mistake, and then Sparky can capitalize on this and, pull against everybody. Now, whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. I mean, who are your early predictions here, Wrathful?
Again, I would like to see Ham Newton or Sparky or Deer Hunter make a move. Again, Webster's been kind of having a quiet race in 6th for the most part. Maybe they would make a move. Maybe they can take out one of these top 5 runners. You never know. Whippy Winner being up into 7th right now with a few other DNFs, he's kind of moved his way up quite a bit. So maybe he's looking to push for a few more positions as the safety car is going to be in this lap, and these guys are going to be going for it. But with that little gap of not having DRS, I wonder if these guys will be able to pull the gap or able to keep it in close enough to make that DRS work. So we'll have to see.
And I completely agree with you. And FerrariNut's going to have to try everything he can out of this last chicane to pull on these drivers, because what's going to happen is if he can't pull on them into turn 1 and Chandler and these top runners get a run on him, because it looks like FerrariNut is trying to pull away from them the best that he can as they come across the line to start lap 7 here at the Belgian Grand Prix. All these drivers have to do is just get a run on him up this hill, and then next he is a sitting duck into this turn. As they go through here, up the hill they go. Nice and tidy, using just a little bit of the curve. It's like Ham Newton goes a little bit wide. Chandler set at 2/10 back. Drivers really hauling it. Chandler set it. He's trying to make a move on the outside. He goes. FerrariNut covers the inside. Chandler, can he make it stick on the outside? He does! FerrariNut gets a tap. He hits the grass. FerrariNut has spun it. Down the grid he goes. All the drivers are passing. What a shame on FerrariNut. All he has to do now is recollect his thoughts. Head down, buddy. Head down and push like no tomorrow. You have 6 laps to go on mediums. You were leading the Grand Prix. You're the fastest driver that's out there. Push, push, push. Here goes Chandler. He is 7/10 ahead of Ham Newton. Sparky's all over the back of Ham Newton. Can Sparky capitalize? This is what the things that we were talking about. Whiffy Winner gets a 3-second time penalty. Things that we were talking about, Wrathful. That all it takes is one little mistake of these front runners. Sparky could be up there, just like what we were saying.
And it totally changes everything, and it really makes for an interesting race, because again, it's a very hard track with so many corners and such a long course, especially in F2, that you're going to make a mistake here or there, and that's just the hard part about these long tracks.
And that, and I completely 100% agree with you. As we have the drivers, they're going down into the last chicane here before they get on the main straight. Hoopalicious makes his move up on Mean Fern. As they go through, we're going to jump down here. Ham Newton sets the new fast lap at 1:59.8. Mean Fern still looking. He's kind of trying to figure out what he wants to do. He's got Taylor Clan right behind him. FerrariNut slotted himself up in the 10th. He's, you know, trying everything he can.
He's trying to get himself back into hopefully P8 for the next race, considering there's only 5 laps left. Maybe he'll be able to do it. It's a bit of a gap as Hoopalicious is making a run on Whiffy. Down the inside. Yeah.
Real nice defending by Hoopalicious there. Kind of match breaking against Whiffy Winner. Shows a lot of the talent that these drivers have for each other and skill. You know, that level of respect as, you know, you race side by side with these drivers. As Taylor Clan is 3/10 back from Mean Fern. As Mean Fern is trying to chase down Whiffy Winner. Taylor Clan sitting 9th. You know, we have 5 laps to go. Like we were talking about, the sprint race coming up and the drivers split. So, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, we also have FerrariNut. He's 1.5 seconds back from these drivers. Now, if he's able to get to 8th place, is now these drivers in 7th, 8th, and 9th have reeled in Whiffy Winner.
Yes, but Whiffy Winner still has that 3-second time penalty, which isn't going to help him when these guys come over the line and they're all within that 3-second time gap.
And that's very true. But we'll have to see. Oh, Mean Fern makes the move. He's going on the outside, coming up a little bit of the grass.
And he goes a little wide.
Mean Fern goes too wide.
And he gives up the position.
Because we have Taylor Clan. He's slotting up there. Mean Fern.
Chandler. Chandler sets our new fastest lap, and DRS is now enabled.
Oh, Whiffy Winner loses it a little bit as he catches that curb. Taylor Clan, he's making the move down on the inside. He goes through turn 1. Ooh, Whiffy Winner trying to not close the door on him too much as they get a massive run. Here goes Mean Fern. FerrariNut, he's on the back end of him. They're going side by side. Here they go up. FerrariNut, Mean Fern. Ooh, a little bit of a switcheroo that we have here coming up the hill. What is possible? What can happen here? Whiffy Winner, he's making the move on Taylor Clan. Get him, son. DRS is open as they come down into the turn here.
Taylor Clan's going for the switchback. He's on the outside. And he's taking the inside line on the next few corners, and he's pushed himself in front of Whiffy Winner. Just like that.
Taylor Clan makes it.
And now, on the inside.
Down in the
and there's
corner,
contact, big contact. He
FerrariNut
spins right in front of Whiffy, blocking him off, and that's going to put Mean Fern right ahead.
What a shame to Whiffy. He could have had a FerrariNut sending his car up there. Doesn't look like there's really a whole lot of damage there for the drivers.
No, they kept their noses out of it, but it just slowed them all down, which was giving Taylor Clan that fresh air that he probably desperately wanted to get away from these other drivers.
Because he's pulled about a second away from Mean Fern, so now Mean Fern can't use his DRS when they come through, as long as they stay that way. FerrariNut's still 6/10 back. He's checked out behind Whiffy Winner. He's pulling. Whiffy Winner is just focusing on his race as they go through here. FerrariNut is racing with rage, as I would like to call it, as they go through here. Ham Newton still 4/10 back from Chandler Seta as they go through here.
He's trying, as he does have DRS. He's kicked himself out of Sparky's DRS, but he really wants to get Chandler before the end, as Ham Newton sets the new fastest lap.
Now Chandler also has that 5-second time penalty. As we go through it, based on that 5-second, the way it is, it's gonna put him 5th place, right ahead of Webster if it was to end in this order.
And it looks like Ham Newton's got the run on Chandler as he's got DRS open on the outside. And that's job done.
Looks like FerrariNut, he's also got a run on Mean Fern. He's just making moves on Eau Rouge and Radleon as they go through. His FerrariNut's DRS is open and he is chasing Taylor Clan. FerrariNut is sitting 8th with 3 laps to go. The question is does FerrariNut try to get more points and sacrifice that pole start in the beginning of the race, or does he, just keep trying to push as many points as he can possibly get out of these 3 laps and burn these tires up? I mean, what's your thoughts on this, Rathwell?
Well, again, even if you were to take P2 off the front line in spot, you come right into a hairpin turn. So even if you're P1 or 2, you're still fighting for that first corner no matter what. So again, I guess it would come down to your strategy call and what you would care for tires. To me, that seems like the bigger value over starting position for the next race. As long as you're on the front line, that is going to be a pretty big deal of not having that traffic there.
And then I completely agree with you right there. As we have Chandler said, he's now 4 tenths back behind Ham Newton. Both drivers have not been able to shake BRL Sparky, who's sitting third right now with the time penalties. He's going to be finishing second, but we'll see how everything plays out as Ham Newton sets a new fast lap at a 1:59.196 as they go through. FerrariNut, he's about a second back from Taylor Clan, as he's still trying to battle it up after that really light spin and a few taps that he's had throughout this whole entire race. That would be definitely interesting for the stewards, to say the least, how that all plays out here.
And Chandler's got DRS. He's trying to make the move. I don't think he'll have time unless he's going to go for a late move.
He's looking
no, he
for
thinks
it.
again.
Oh. Taylor Clan gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, that's crucial.
That's gonna slot FerrariNut up, and not Meanford, but unless Meanford reels him in as quick as possible towards the end. Chandler's all over that gearbox. Nice thing is for BRL Sparky, he's just kind of chilling there right now. He's not, he doesn't really need to push a whole lot. He's gonna get a lot of strong points here.
I think he just wants them to fight a little bit more so that he can reel them in and, maybe have contact between the two of them that gives him an opening to slide his way through. I think that's what he's kind of hoping for at this point, but definitely just trying to hold on. Has that podium locked, though.
True, and I'm thinking that strategy we were talking about with FerrariNut. Do you sacrifice the extra points just to start on pole? And FerrariNut's falling down to almost 2 seconds, 1.7 seconds back from Taylor Clan. As Taylor Clan is now pushing to catch Hoopalicious. So I think FerrariNut is starting to say, hey,
he wants the points. He's hungry for them.
I think FerrariNut's just saying, I'm going to take pole position, Taylor. You know what I mean? I'm all the way back here at 8th. I don't need to, I don't need to try a whole lot. We'll see how this all plays out. As we have Taylor Clan, he is now 0.45. He's making a move on the inside of Hoopalicious. He backs out of it as we jumped aboard with him. Taylor Clan gets a nice run. I think Hoopalicious pretty much let him by. He didn't want to battle. He knew where his battles were throughout this race. Chandler set on Ham Newton as they go through for the lead of this race. Right on board with Ham Newton. This battle's just constantly continue to fight out. A driver that we haven't talked about, Deer Hunter and Webster. These two drivers, they've just been sitting there out in 4th and 5th. Just kind of cruising, minding their own business. Not like really fighting with anybody, not really making a whole lot of battles. Looks like Hoopalicious made it past Taylor Clan here for 6th place.
Hey, sometimes the quiet races are the best ones. I don't mind a quiet race where you can just buckle down, focus on your pace, and just try to make your way through and get as many points as you can. It's nice a little bit, but again, it would also be nice to have that DRS for that straight to keep yourself really competitive and really in there.
Very true. Wholeheartedly true.
I'm sure
Taylor Clan gets a run on Hoopalicious. Oh, he checks out of that overtake maneuver. We have 2 laps to go as we follow these drivers. They're coming through towards the tail end of Sector 3 on the fast laps. We'll definitely keep an eye on this last lap battle. Sparky still about 2 seconds back. FerrariNut, he's sitting there while Hoopalicious and Taylor Clan, he's just gaining this whole draft as they're coming up. Will FerrariNut make a maneuver? He's looking at it possibly.
He's gone on
defense.
the
He's trying it on the
outside.
outside. He's going on the outside. Can he make it stick?
And he's now
he
got
throws
the
his
inside.
car in there.
A light tap. But
2 for 1
and
special.
He's right through. And he's lost traction.
No.
Oh,
He's lost it. He's dropped back. Wow.
Must have been the DRS. Must have been something to do.
Gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh no. As that'll change up everything. As he gets his way through Chandler. But
what an amazing battle we have
does that
here.
mean
All these
Sparky
drivers.
is 0.5 away from first? If he can run just a little bit faster? If he can just push.
Come on, Sparky.
That 0.5.
Push, Sparky. You can do this. I have faith in you. Let's see as we go through here. I apologize for the viewers, but Sparky's been the underdog of the F2 as I've been streaming, and I've always wanted him to come home with the gold. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that as he's still 2.3 seconds back from Chandler's setup. As long as he stays under 3 total, we'll have to keep track of that. FerrariNut gets a 3-second time penalty. That's not helping him because Mean Fern can slot up ahead of FerrariNut. Hoopalicious is still back there behind Taylor Klein as they're battling up. We have a battle. Welcome to the viewers. Please welcome. You are waiting to see here as we see Hoopalicious. His car's breaking the back end out here. As we are Chandler said, Ham Newton, we're going to keep an eye on the times as we go through here. Sparky needs to turn it up to make something happen as they go through. See what happens. We have Ham Newton. He's about to cross the line. As Ham Newton crosses the line, Chandler crosses the line. Sparky takes wins the feature races. As they go through. Well done, Mr. Sparky. Deer Hunter, he's about to come across the line. He comes across the line in 4th. Webster comes across the line in 5th. Taylor Clan. Hoopalicious comes in 6th. Taylor Clan in 7th. FerrariNut 8th.
That pushed FerrariNut to 9th. Ooh.
So FerrariNut
that really throws off his
in the race.
He starts 9th after issues in this race, and now he's not going to get the position he wanted for the next race, which is going to screw him for more points too, which really hurts FerrariNut considering they were a contender last week and just was really trying to fight for it, but not going well this time. So
I have to say, what a battle for the feature race here with these F2 drivers. BRL Sparky just hanging in there. You knew these drivers were going to mistake. We talked about it pre-race. We talked it during the race. Sparky wins the feature here at the Belgium Grand Prix. Congratulations to him. Now we'll go to the sprint race. What a shame for Sparky is he's going to have to try to do the FerrariNut run, which is he's going to have to start 8th with FerrariNut right next to him and try to fight to move up. But that's okay, though, because he knows Ham Newton and Chandler are going to be in front of him. And they can make that mistake. There you have it. BRL Sparky winning the feature race. Ham Newton finishing 2nd. Chandler set a 3rd. Both drivers having a time penalty. Deer Hunter 4th. Webster 5th. Hoopalicious 6th. Taylor Clan 7th. Mean Fern 8th. FerrariNut 9th. Canada King 10th. Whiffy Winner comes in 11th. Well, all because of the time penalty. GK Phantom, Skeppy, and Caspita all DNF. What a shame for them. Definitely be interesting to see how all of this plays out as Sparky goes. He is a 5-point lead to Ham Newton, ahead of the other 2 drivers. And Ham Newton and Chandler said us their point variance before going into the sprint race is only 1 point, 20 to 19 points. Looks like we have a nice sunny bright sprint race here for the F2 race as we wait for the drivers to select their tire strategy here. Wrathful, before we get going here on this race, what is your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, again, we still have that toss-up with FerrariNut being in 9th, and, now Sparky's also in 8th, so that's the question as to what he might be able to do to still keep himself points to win for the weekend, so
but he has to be coming off of a high, winning
Of
that feature
course.
race, going into the sprint. And that's definitely, a lot of drivers. We all talk about it. We know it happens to a lot of real race car drivers. You win a race, you go to the next race, you're on that high. But now the question is Sparky going to be able? Is he going to with that? Is he going to push more? We kind of saw him play the conservative route in the beginning of the feature race. As we get the lights going here, looks like we're going to be doing another formation lap here for this. As Meanford's going to start up front. Taylor Clan, he was looking racy, but he had a lot of traffic to deal with. He's starting second. As we go through here. Lupalicious is third. Webster, GK Phantom, he is in. Welcome, GK Phantom. We know you're learning. Yes, you said in the chat, I need points. Yes, GK Phantom, you need points. Whiffy winner, he's still in here. FerrariNut 9th. BRL Sparky, he's sitting 8th. Ham Newton 7th. Chandler set a 6th. Tier Hunter 5th. Now here's the thing, they ended the race. Ham Newton was ahead of Chandler. Now,
so that does change up their
Chandler's
championship standings. So.
Oh yeah. Now Chandler's ahead of Ham. As we go through Webster, the quiet driver, as he's wiggling that F2 car, trying to get those tires all warmed up as they go through. Hoopalicious and Taylor Clan, they've always looked racy here in this race as those two battle it out. Meanford's always been one of those fast top up there in the grid drivers, just like Chandler and them. Definitely
yeah, but he needs to go find some luck. I don't know where he can go acquire some, but I think Meanford needs to go acquire some luck.
I think, I think he's able to pull it off. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Welcome to the 8 viewers. This is the BRL Round 12 Belgian Grand Prix Championship Battle in F2. With a mixed grid of drivers of our Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Here we had a few DNFs here at the start of the feature race. So we are now in the sprint races. These drivers are doing the formation line. We saw BRL Sparky pull out a win, playing it safe and conservative. Can he pull out another win and get into the booth here for interviews? Honestly, I'm going to, we're going to do... I think Rassel, we have to do 2 drivers of the days just because of the feature rate, the way the feature race was. Let's do a driver of the day of the feature, driver of the day of the sprint, driver of the day of the weekend. We're going to have 3 different driver of the days, but I'm going to give the feature one to BRL Sparky. As we see Meanford here pulling up to the grid with Taylor Clancy second, Hoopalicious third. We watch all these drivers line up. Who's your driver of the day for that feature race, Wrath?
Oh man, it had to go to Sparky. They had such a commanding race from the back, just trying to wait their way to finally push themselves to first as we're starting our second race here as we get in the sprint underway. 5 red lights are down.
Ooh, a lot more tire smoke than we see. Ooh, looked like Chandler's back end was breaking out. He was trying to make a move on Webster. Taylor Clan and Meanford, they're battling out. Deer Hunter and Hoopalicious, they're all going side by side, too wide as they approach Eau Rouge. What's going to happen? Hoopalicious and Deer Hunter. Hoopalicious stays up in front of Deer Hunter as they go through. Here comes the run. Taylor Clan on the outside of Meanford. Meanford needs to battle it out.
Everybody through.
Here they go, side by side.
3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. Oh, big contact.
Meanford gets Meanford gets it. He gets the short end of the stick. Hoopalicious is ahead of Taylor Clan. Sparky's up to 8th now. Ham Newton's falling down to 11th. Meanford's down to 11th. Chandler City 6th. FerrariNut's in 5th now.
As they're all still trying to filter through. Lots of traffic at the back.
These drivers are
still trying to make himself away. He's still holding on to Chandler.
All Sparky has to do is score more points than Chandler and Ham Newton as they go around this track. We saw Chandler said he got a 5-second time penalty in the last race for speeding in the pit lane.
But Ham
We'll
Newton's
see
already
what
backed
happens.
down into 11th after some contact and some other issues, and Chandler's only one position ahead of Sparky. So right now, Sparky just has to put himself ahead of Chandler. Not to say that
Come
Ham
on.
Newton's out of it, but for right now, that's his big focus.
For those that are watching, the viewers, you guys have to root on Sparky. Please comment in the comment section. Let's see how many fans we have.
Is Taylor going to make Sparky a move on Hoopalicious down to the end?
He's looking
going for
at
the
it.
switch. He's going for the switch. I can see it.
Can he make it stick
He's going for the traction. He wants to try and fight Hoopalicious, but
Webster loses it. Webster loses it. Out of the last quarter, back end breaks out on him.
That's going to slot everyone through.
As they go through, this is just helping BRL Sparky because he's going to get the points. Whiffy on Meanford. Meanford sends it up on the inside. Ham Newton is right behind.
Which isn't helping him. All this battling is slowing Ham Newton from catching up to his rivals Sparky and Chandler, which are now almost 3 seconds up the road as FerrariNut's trying to get around Deer Hunter. FerrariNut's going to do it on the outside.
Here they go, down on the inside. Looks like Chandler's also trying to... Chandler's looking very racy, right behind Deer Hunter as well as FerrariNut is trying to pull. Looked like we had a huge battle between Whiffy and GK Phantom, trying to follow everybody here for all the viewers as we go through.
This Phantom's been giving him space, holding his line pretty well. Whiffy's trying to go for the switch. Oh, and Whiffy loses it on the curve a bit. Recovers very nicely.
I'm riding along with Chandler and Sparky right now with Deer Hunter. Sparky's all over the gearbox of Chandler. He is alive. He is pushing his car like nobody's business as they are battling it out. Deer Hunter has fallen back to FerrariNut about 6/10 here as they go through. Taylor Clan still 2/10 back from Hoopalicious. We're going to jump on board with Taylor Clan. Is he going to get a run? He's got something that possibly can stick here as they go through. He's all over the gearbox. Hoopalicious looks like he's covering the inside. Nope, Hoopalicious is covering the outside. Taylor Clan's going to bail out of it. We're going to drop back down. Wow, 3-second time penalty by GK Phantom. What a shame. Hopefully that doesn't affect his points. We have a massive freight train here with FerrariNut in the middle, not knowing what to do.
I think he's just reeling them in as these two are fighting. And he's just getting closer and closer. Considering he started 9th, that's great. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Here they go, up Eau Rouge. The hill they go. Chandler said it, sitting on the gearbox of Deer Hunter.
And it looks like Sparky's going to get a run on Chandler as he's going for the outside line.
He's trying the outside. Chandler squeezes him just a hair. DRS is open. Deer Hunter has nothing to do. 3 wide down into the turn. Here they go.
Oh, he's gone.
FerrariNut loses a wing. Chandler kind of makes it stick. Sparky kind of regains his composure here. Deer Hunter gets the short end of the stick. FerrariNut gets a 3-second time penalty.
I thought I saw someone's
loses it
out
Taylor.
Went out as
that
well
was
there.
It was FerrariNut. He drove off the track due to avoiding a collision, losing part of his wing. Sparky's still 8/10 back. GK Phantom is 4/10 back from Ham Newton. Can GK Phantom make something on Ham Newton? He is really chasing him down. Also, FerrariNut's 3/10 back from Hoopalicious. FerrariNut, even with that damaged wing, is all over the gearbox. Chandler set up right behind FerrariNut. Now, this is all that Sparky needs to do. He knows FerrariNut has a 3-second time penalty. Question is, will Taylor Clan and Hoopalicious have a 3-second time penalty?
Well,
and if Chandler...
That's going to be the big thing. If FerrariNut can hold back Chandler due to the broken wing and their own competitive fight for not wanting to give Chandler points, because FerrariNut and Chandler have been fighting viciously for the past few races, this might play into Taylor's favor. He might pick up the win here if he can keep running away.
Blocking. He's making a move. He's defending very strong against Ham Newton. I apologize for saying blocking. As we go through, Ham Newton's going on the outside. FerrariNut, he's about a 10th back. We're going to jump aboard. Here comes FerrariNut. Is he going to make it stick? He's been making moves all day up the hill. Chandler set it up. He is right behind them as they go through up the hill.
Sam Newton is going to filter in behind Phantom, going up the hill as well. They're going to have a battle coming down the straight.
3 wide as we go down the back straight. Whiffy winner gets a 3-second time penalty. DRS is open. FerrariNut up to second. Chandler Seta falls back just a hair. Hoopalicious loses it also. Hoopalicious is going to slot up to third. This is going to help Sparky regain the composure over that battle that they had up in the front here. Down on the inside, Chandler Seta goes on Hoopalicious. Both drivers, everybody giving each other reasonable amount of space as they go through.
And this doesn't help Sparky at all because this isn't the area he wanted them to try and run away from. He wants to get himself back in there with Chandler and FerrariNut to hold his point gap.
Chandler
goes a little wide.
Come on,
Sparky goes on the
make
outside.
It stick on the outside. Does he make it stick? Yes, he does.
No, he's on the inside.
That's where he
is.
Keep fighting. Chandler getting a little bit wiggly that we saw there on the one camera scene. As we go through, Sparky saying, nope, you guys aren't leaving. Sorry, Hoopalicious, I gotta check out. As they go through. But the question is, will Hoopalicious take the battle back? Does it look like he's falling back? Deer Hunter is reeling in Hoopalicious. So all these drivers are freight training here as they go through. See what happens. Down in the last corner, Deer Hunter looks.
He thinks about
very
it.
late on the brakes. Webster gets a 3-second time penalty.
As he goes down, he's diving down on Cam Newton. No, he goes for the outside. Cam Newton takes the corner instead. But he's still back there with Phantom and Whiffy winner as the 4 of them are all trailing for 8th to 11th.
What an amazing battle we have for all the drivers. Thank all the viewers for watching.
Sparky still is in the DRS zone of Chandler as they're all trying to filter through. Taylor's running as fast as he can as FerrariNut's closing in on that gap.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to jump aboard Deer Hunter, see where he's at. He gets a nice quick run on Hoopalicious. Wondering if he can make that stick. Hoopalicious covers a little bit of the dirt. Chandler. Ooh, Ham Newton gets a 3-second time penalty. Deer Hunter making it, trying to make the move stick. He's trying to get the nose a little bit into the corner there to try to get ahead. As Chandler's now 3/10 back behind Ferrari. We have a yellow sector.
We lost Webster.
Oh, what a shame to Webster. What a shame. We have a virtual safety car. That's going to help out a lot of these drivers randomly, They're going to catch their brakes. It's going to bunch everybody up a little bit.
Well, the question is who will catch who napping? Maybe Taylor will get a good run and keep his gap, or maybe the other guys will be able to catch them right in. Depending on the delta and how these guys manage it going back to green. Well, unless it's going to be BSC right until he gets to the pit. Who knows? All these guys might pit this lap.
That's very true. We've completed 5 laps out of the 9. Right now, the way we have it leading here, Taylor Clan is leading the race with FerrariNut second, Chandler Seta third, DRS is re-enabled, BRL Sparky fourth, Hoopalicious and Deer Hunter are battling it out on the last quarter. 5th and 6th, Mean Fern 7th, GK Phantom 8th. Ham Newton not having the sprint race that he wanted. He's sitting 9th. Whiffy winner 10th. As
Blinks
Whiffy
first.
Dives into the pits. We go through here. Chandler 4/10 back from FerrariNut. We know FerrariNut's going to need to get a wing change though, so that's going to help Sparky. Hopefully Chandler makes a mistake here, and that allows Sparky to move up again. Taylor Clan clearly, he wants that win. He wants to pull it off. Taylor goes purple sector 1 here at the spa. See what we have. It's like FerrariNut's catching a little bit of the dirt here. That's helping Chandler reel them in. Sparky only 1.8 seconds back. Deer Hunter and Meanford, about a second split between them to Hoopalicious here in 5th place.
Chandler's only .2 on FerrariNut, so he's still fighting for that position. It's still holding Taylor Clan at lead though, so who knows? We'll have to see when these guys actually decide to pit when what's going to happen, or if that's going to shake anything up.
That's very true. What's interesting to see the lines that a lot of these drivers take as Whiffy Winter gets another 3-second time penalty. Chandler is using a lot of curb as he's going around this track.
Hey, if you can trust the curbs, go for it. They do give you a lot of
speed. Chandler, is he going to send it up? No, he's not.
Probably waiting for the DRS. He's just trying to get himself nice and close.
Ooh,
knowing that FerrariNut
nice
has
run.
Yeah, he says Hoopalicious and Deer Hunter are fighting. Last corner again, coming down the run. As now Meanfern's on to them as well. He's got DRS trying to pull himself in on the last few laps here.
I don't think any of these drivers are going to pit. I think FerrariNut is going to stay out there as long as possible and hope that he can make it last with that wing. As we see Chandler, he's making a move on the inside of FerrariNut.
DRS, he's going to make the move done. But with a few laps left, is that a safe call, or is FerrariNut going to be able to make his way through again?
Definitely.
As Deer Hunter and Hoopalicious are side by side again, yeah.
Hoopalicious giving him that first part of the chicane side by side as they go. Who's gonna play?
Break matching one another as they're literally side by side.
What an amazing showcase of beautiful Deer Hunter closing the door right then and there at the last minute. He's just making his car drop out. Meanfern now takes a look on the inside of these drivers as they go through.
I don't think he wants to be held up too much, and he wants that 5th position instead of these guys. He's just trying to hold his line. As FerrariNut's really fallen off of Chandler about a second already. I guess that wing is quite an issue, and he was really holding back Chandler for those last few laps.
They go up to the last corner. Meanfern looking for something. Hoopalicious runs a little bit wide. Meanfern, he's going to back out of it. He's not going to send the car up. They are all over each other's gearbox with 2 laps left to go. Chandler sets a new fast lap at a 1:59 flat. Come on, Hoopalicious. What do you have? Showcase it. Can he get a run on Deer Hunter?
Not much track left for him to make a move with only the 2 laps he's got left, so he's got to be making it either now or next lap. Meanfern gets a 3-second time penalty for that as Hoopalicious goes on the outside of Deer Hunter. Move done, but again, these guys have fought into every corner into Sector 2 most times as Hoopalicious closes the door on Deer Hunter enough just to hold the line through, not to let him battle his way through. Sparky's caught himself back up to FerrariNut, looking for another podium because of FerrariNut's damage.
Sparky's really pushing it here. Let's see what he's able to do if we go through, and if I'm correct, nope, they are not teammates. What a shame. Or no, I believe they are teammates, actually. They are teammates. I apologize to the viewers. Taylor Clan and BRL Sparky are both teammates.
Yes.
So Sparky won the first race, and if Taylor Clan can still hold it together,
it'll be great for ART.
Second.
Yes.
Yes, it will be. Tells you how much I pay attention as we have Deer Hunter chasing down Hoopalicious here. As Sparky's also 2/10 back from FerrariNut. Will Sparky make the move?
And Deer Hunter is right on Hoopalicious as they go side by side into the bus stop.
Covers the inside. Do they close? No, they do not close the door. These two drivers are super respectful.
Sparky's just trying to gain on the back of FerrariNut before they go up the hill. Hoopalicious, Meanfern, and Deer Hunter are still fighting their way out as Hoopalicious goes for the switchback as they're side by side.
Here we go. I'm riding aboard with Sparky. Hoopalicious and Deer Hunter, they're still battling it out. Back up to Sparky as they go. FerrariNut had nothing. He's gonna check out of that, and BRL Sparky's gonna make it past him as he's gonna push
we got
away.
Meanfern, Hoopalicious. Meanfern makes the move. Hoopalicious closes off Deer Hunter as these three are all fighting for that final 5, 6, 7 position. As Meanfern and
almost
Hoopalicious
three wide around a lot of these corners. Oh, yeah. Deer Hunter's going on the inside. He's gonna try to. Oh no, he backs out of it. Oh,
he's trying to find it. 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 Oh, a little late contact.
Move. What a move. Meanfern waiting for the last lap. Sending it up the inside. Deer Hunter takes a look. Deer Hunter sends it. He's catching a little bit of that curve. Runs a little bit wide as they go through.
Is Taylor
what an
in
amazing
trouble?
battle.
Chandler's almost 0.5 on him before the last few
Chandler
corners.
gets a 3-second time penalty.
Does that mean Sparky's only second off from having a 1-2 finish, plus having first in the first race in the feature race?
If Sparky could bring it in.
If he can bring it.
But the question is, it's been the ultimate battle of the race. Taylor Clan, he is going to cross the line. Taylor Clan is going to win the sprint race here.
By
Sparky sets the fastest lap.
By 0.42,
Sparky goes
he takes second.
Chandler to third. FerrariNut to fourth. Meanfern to fifth. Hoopalicious and Deer Hunter drag race. Hoopalicious wins it. The game won't give me a delta. It just gives me arrows.
Yeah, it just got arrows.
Ham Newton to eighth. Ham and GK Fan. Wow. Whiffy winner. He is going to come in 10th place. What an amazing battle we've had. Oh my God. I'm going to give the sprint driver of the day to Taylor Clan and the overall driver of the day to BRL Sparky for doing what he did throughout this whole entire race. What is your call for the sprint and the overall raffle?
Well, I would have to give the sprint to Taylor because he just got ahead and was able to have the pace to hold it off in the end. And Sparky with the feature, and Sparky overall for just having a great performance and having two incredibly close races that literally came down to over the line for his final position that you would never know until it came down over the line. So by 0.42 takes second. And in the first race, we were watching to see if he would make up 0.5 of a second right before the final. It doesn't get much better of a spectator sport than that. So again, you know.
Of course. Wow, what an amazing race that we had here. What an amazing battle. Poor Ham Newton, he fell behind here on the sprint. Did not have the race that he was looking for.
Good to shake up the drivers and the start for the podiums a little bit. Yes, we still had Sparky up there, but yeah.
And I'd say congratulations. Yes, and you know, what a wonderful job for ART's racing team. 1, 2, both drivers, no time penalties there up at the top as they went through. Sparky setting a blistering 158.9, which puts him in the lead of the race. So he's going to finish second overall with 14 points. And here we go. Sparky winning the overall weekend with Chandler Seta finishing second here. And Ham Newton finishing third to round out the top three here. I'm still going to follow. I'm going to give it to BRL Sparky as the overall driver of the day. But still, he's going to have also the driver of the day for the feature. And Taylor Clan is going to have the driver of the day for the sprint. I mean, what an amazing battle. Technically, Taylor Clan ties third with Ham Newton.
Interesting. What an interesting little development that is.
Yes, it is. but we'll get the you know what? Let's get all four of them in here. Let's all talk to all of them here, just because Taylor Clan deserves it. He ran an amazing sprint race here. We have Deer Hunter 5th, Hoopalicious 6th, Webster 7th, FerrariNut 8th, Mean Fern 9th, GK Phantom 10th, and Whiffy Winner coming out in 11th place. What an amazing battle we've had.
We lost out Caspita, Skeppy, and I believe Canada King, unfortunately. But besides that, yeah, that's all of our racers today.
All right, let's here we go. We'll get back into the lobby and we'll start inviting everybody that we can. We do know Sparky utilizes his pad to type, so that's going to be an interesting one. Let's get Taylor Clan in here as well. Invite to a party. Get Chandler in here. Sparky has joined the party. Where's Mr. Ham? Here's Ham Newton. Please, everybody that's joining the party, please include your audio. Please check the box here so we can get you guys in the lovely discussion. Chandler, welcome. Jump over here. Do we have everybody? All we're missing is Taylor and... Where did Ham go? We got Taylor, Wrath, Chandler, Sparky. Where's the hamster? I don't know, it sounds rude for me to say it like that. There he is. Guess he's not joining us today?
Perhaps not.
I can say it.
There we go.
Oh, there he is.
He's connecting. There we go.
Please, everybody who is, if you're here, please check the... Oh, what a shame. Well, I want to say welcome to the podium finishers. It was a very big twist with BRL Sparky, my underdog guy that I like to watch race, won the overall race. Yep. But also, for those that may have not noticed, and for the drivers that are probably going to rewatch the stream over, third place was a tie between Ham Newton and Taylor Clan. With 21 points.
I saw that.
We were just talking about that. We're like, all right, so who are they inviting?
So we decided to do the 4-person invite into the booth, and I'm gonna let Wrathful start it off with Taylor Clan here.
So Taylor, tell us about that one. At least you got a win. That must have felt pretty good considering the starting position that you had, and just able to manage your way to the front. Tell us about it.
So feature race wasn't the greatest. Had a few scuffles and, just didn't go the way I wanted to, finish 7th. And then started front row 2nd in the sprint race, just trying to keep my nose clean, which we ended up going 3 wide into the corner after Camel Straight. From there, me and Hoop battled for a little bit. I got in front of him and started to pull a gap. And then just... what's the name? Ferrari's DRS ended up getting stuck open, so he was hunting me down lap after lap, slowly and steadily. And then
he was also
ended up
struggling
falling
with
back.
some wing damage too, so it was a whole matter of if he was able to catch you or not. So it was pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, so clean race overall. I had like 2 warnings, I think, in the sprint race. So I'd say it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a very well done race. I'm just glad to see that you finally got first after having some bad luck in a few other races and a few other events. So nice to see you up there for once.
Yeah,
And
it's my first.
I'm gonna jump over.
Yeah, go
What's
ahead.
up?
I don't care.
No, I'm gonna jump over to the other 3rd place finisher, Ham Newton. We saw an amazing battle that you had with Chandler. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, talk us through your race, because we thought you and Chandler were going to check up, with Sparky there and just, move through the field. But you didn't seem to have the race that you wanted to in the sprint race.
Yeah, the sprint race, something happened into turn four, like home, and Fern spun a little bit or half spun, and then I hit him inside, so I had wing damage the whole race, the sprint race. Um, but the feature race, I feel like I had the pace. I think any one of the three, Ferrari, me, or Chandler, probably could have won. And then obviously they tangled, so got into second. I was able to stay in the DRS, and then we had a nice little battle. But I picked up a penalty. It was on the last lap. I lifted a little bit into Rouge and Radion because I was a little too close. I just went over the line, so it gave me that penalty. So Sparky, congrats.
Yeah, you guys definitely, everybody battled it out. Very, very strong. A lot of drivers we saw down the grid order giving each other very reasonable amount of space, but also driving very hard. I'm going to let Wrathful take it off with our second place finisher, Chandler Seta. Take it away.
Oh, Chandler, what can we say? So many battles today, but just one little penalty seemed to ruin it for you, huh?
Coke City, baby.
Yep, take that corner the same way through the whole first race and then the whole second race until the very last lap of the last race, and it gives me a penalty, so that's fun.
Penalty, yeah. Gotta love game dynamics sometimes. And the speeding in the pit lane, what was that? Was that just trying to
Well,
keep up with everybody, or was it just the game again?
I haven't done any race going into the pits here yet, so I didn't know where brake, and Ham was right behind me, so I didn't want to brake check him, so I just broke
Soaked
my
it.
brake too
I was
late.
so close. I was trying to jump him in the pit somehow, maybe.
Yeah, and so I didn't want to brake check you and break your wing or something, so. But it led to me speeding, and
Ferrari called that,
after
by the way.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again next week. It's not an F2 race if I'm not speeding into the pits. I've done it like half the races so far, but oh yeah, that kind of ended my race win chance. But yeah,
Still a decent recovery considering the penalties that you had and your finish position by the end. So again, not bad. All things
Yep.
considering, you had pretty good battles, and it's not easy to have that traction going up that hill to fight people over and over, and you seem to have it every single time. So
yep, everything was good, but when you get the world record, that gives you the curse, and you're not going to do well. I think that's what we've come to the conclusion of. So.
Well, it is a little bit of a commentator curse, and I apologize, Chandler, and it's Wrathful's fault mostly. But on to our main winner of the whole entire weekend, the man that I gave the driver of the day to. So I changed it up a little bit. I gave driver of the day for the feature, driver of the day for the sprint, and then a driver of the day overall. Driver of the day overall goes to Sparky for the sprint. It was Taylor Clan. Sparky does not have a mic. He does it via text. So I've already asked him all the questions prior while we got with all the other drivers. I asked him, what are your overall thoughts of the battle of the first and the second
I thought
race?
we were going to get a Sparky
said-
appearance. Let me down.
Me and Ham had the same pace, I think, but he got DRS and Leffy on the first race. That's disappointing, Ham. And he said on the second race, he drove a perfect race, no mistakes, dodged all the incidents. But he said he's happy that ART was able to come out with the win overall with the team. And I'd just like to say it's truly amazing. Hopefully he's able to carry that through to round 13. I just want to say thank you to the top drivers battling it out. A very beautiful, wonderful showcase. Please, to all the viewers, click the follow, click the subscribe. Watch us. We have F2 Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. We have 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Tier 2 group, and we have the fastest drivers in the U.S. battling it out. I believe it's 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Tier 1, and also catch our Tier 3 group on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, BRL Tier 1984. Thank you for watching. Please follow and subscribe.